Well, Dr. Crane, listen up for a cosmic truth now. Everybody, listen up. Complete addressing and readable mail benefits the mailing public. The quicker we know where it's going, the quicker we get it there.
Just what does complete addressing mean? And what is readable mail? Readable to whom, you might ask? Well, the answers are related, as old Cliffy was pleased to point out. But the answer that you might really want to hear is that it adds up to cost savings and more control over the speed your mail is processed. Complete addressing has to do with the specific information that is applied to a piece of letter mail, and readability refers to the quality and placement of that information. And when we say readable, we mean readable to the modern high-tech equipment now in use by the U.S. Postal Service. This is the Postal Service's processing center in Merrifield, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. It is one of over 200 such facilities across the country. This equipment represents the latest in Postal Service automation. It is constantly being refined and improved to accommodate the ever-increasing demands that are placed upon the system. Let's take a closer look at the machines. This is the MLOCR, the multi-line optical character reader. The MLOCR can read an amazing 36,000 pieces of letter mail every hour. It first reads the address of each piece of mail that flies past the optical scanner. Then it spray prints a barcode that represents the delivery address on the lower right corner of the envelope.
See, we got some terrific new technology, and you can make it work for you by making your addressing readable. That is, readable to your good old optical scanner.
Let's take a closer look at just what the optical character reader is reading. Each piece of mail passes by the OCR scanner, which reads 10 addresses per second. Incidentally, the machine is looking for the address in a specific area of the envelope. We'll get into that a little later, but suffice it to say that you don't want any return address information in that area because it will confuse the OCR. Next, the piece of mail flies past the OCR's printer, which sprays on the barcode that represents the address information. Finally, it drops into one of the channels reserved for the proper delivery area. Since the mail piece now contains a barcode, it can be sorted on to its final destination through the use of equally efficient but less expensive barcode sorters. This is the barcode sorter. It looks a lot like the MLOCR, but it only reads barcodes. Businesses of all sizes are applying barcodes to their outgoing and reply mail because they have discovered that if they do, their mail will bypass the MLOCR and go directly to a barcode sorter for processing to the delivery office. The electronic eye reads the barcode, then sorts the mail down to individual sectors of each postal zone. Incidentally, it's the first 2 digits of the +4 part of the ZIP +4 code that allows the machine to do this. Finally, the machine sorts the mail down to segments within sectors, the last 2 digits of the +4 code. A segment is a side of a city block or the floor of an office or apartment building. The bottom line is this. If the address is complete, that is, includes all the proper information, and if it is readable to the machine, it will fly through the system, saving time. And as you know, that translates into dollars. The U.S. postal system handles a staggering 40% of the world's mail. Without this technology, the task would be impossible. And the equipment has been designed to increase the speed, efficiency, and accuracy of processing your mail while keeping operating costs down. Considering the rather amazing capabilities of the technology and the substantial benefits that it offers, observing the few simple rules of readability and complete addressing is a small price to pay for the benefits. Let's find out exactly what it takes to reap the benefits of modern postal technology. Begin by making sure that your letter mail fits the size standards. If it's too large, it can't be processed by the OCRs or the BCSs, and it may be subject to a surcharge. If it is too small, it won't even be mailable. The system accepts envelopes and cards within a height of 3 1/2 to 6 1/8 inches and a width of 5 to 11 1/2 inches. Now, about that address location that keeps popping up.
Simply place the address in the middle of the envelope and the return address in the upper left-hand corner.
The optical character reader will be happy to direct your mail to its proper destination. But first, it must be able to locate the delivery address and read it. The eye of the OCR looks for a machine-printed address within an imaginary rectangle on each piece of mail, called the OCR read area. Just to be sure the address is positioned properly, make some quick measurements. If the delivery address is located within these boundaries on your mail, the OCR won't have any trouble finding it. Of course, the OCR would like to see all lines of the address within this area. But in the event that is not possible, it will help to put as many address lines as possible in the read area. And as I mentioned before, it's important that no portion of the return address area bleed into the read area. If you let that occur, the OCR may try to read the return address rather than the delivery address. Now that we know where to put things, let's take a look at what the content of that information ought to be. The complete address. First of all, always use your return address. It goes here. Now, type the name of the recipient here. Next comes the firm name, always after the attention line. Then, we add the delivery address line. This line should include either the street address, the P.O. box number, rural route, or the highway contract route number. And don't forget to include the correct street name designation, such as ST or AVE, or DR for drive, LN for lane, PL for place, and so forth.
I mean, like here, this is just a street name with no ST or AVE or boulevard abbreviation after it. I mean, those street designations are real, speeder-uppers for the postal man.
Finally, it's important to add the room, suite, or apartment number at the end of the address line. Then the last line should be reserved solely for the city, state, and zip code or zip +4 code. If you do have questions, the Postal Service has the answers. A phone call or visit to your local post office will provide a response to your query. There are also free brochures for handy reference. But before you pick up that phone, let's cover a few more points that might help answer some of those questions. Foreign mailings, as in this example, should have the country name printed in capital letters as the only information on the bottom line. The postal delivery zone, if any, should also be included. Non-address information, such as advertising copy, should be located above the delivery line and as far away from the address as possible. In other words, the space below and on either side of the delivery address line within the OCR read area should be clear of all printing and other markings that are not actually part of the address. The lower right-hand corner of the envelope, a space 5/8 inches high and 4.5 inches wide, is reserved for the barcode. As Cliff pointed out, that barcode really speeds up your mail. So to get the benefit, be sure to keep that space free of any printing, markings, colored borders, etc. Print quality and color are important too. The OCR likes black ink on a white background best. Other color combinations are acceptable as well, but be sure that there is plenty of contrast. In other words, dark ink on light background. If the letters are broken, smudged, or faded, the OCR will run into trouble. So make sure that the printing is sharp and clear.
Well, it seems a bit picky.
So the machines are a little particular. It is only a little, and the payoff for observing a few simple guidelines is substantial. Let's take a quick look at how easy it is to make sure that you avoid some common problems. Not enough contrast? Boost it up a little. Characters touching? Spread them out a little. Logo below delivery address line? Move it to where the machine won't be confused by it. Address not visible through window? Open up, please. Address slanted? Let's go straight. And no script, italic, or artistic type fonts, please. Well, that completes the complete addressing instructional video. And now you have all the facts you need to be the complete addresser. And to reap the Well, complete benefits.